I'm sure you've heard about the Neville Goddard sleeping manifestation technique because it has become so popular recently. I feel like everyone in the spiritual community and in the manifestation community is just talking about this technique. And this technique has been here for a while because Neville Goddard is an old school. And why is this technique so popular? Because it's so easy and it really works. It really works and it can give you incredible results. But in order to utilize the technique to its full potential, you have to understand why this technique actually works. So you have to get a little bit of science behind the technique. And I hope that I can provide you with it today, because to do the technique is one thing, and to actually consciously do the technique because you know why it works and that it will work for you 100% every time. These are two different things, right? So, in order to understand the Neville Goddard sleeping technique, which I'm going to explain to you exactly how you should do and when you should do in a minute, but first you need to understand brainwaves. That's right. To understand the old school manifestation law assumption technique, you actually have to understand brainwaves. So your brain undergoes different states of brainwaves. So we have beta brainwaves, which are the most active brainwaves, which you use on the daily basis when you're occupied with things, when you're thinking so hard or overthinking and reacting to things. It is a very, very active, kind of almost like hectic state of brainwaves. Then we have alpha brainwaves, which are more of this like relaxed, chill out, kind of like daydreaming state of brainwaves. Then we have the theta brainwaves, which is exactly where the Neville Goddard sleep manifestation technique happens. Then we have the delta brainwaves, which are basically the brainwaves you access when you're sleeping. And then we have the gamma brainwaves, which are the state of the super consciousness, and you can really access them. It requires different meditation techniques, and it's kind of like an advanced state for the advanced practitioners, so you don't ever have to worry about gamma brainwaves when it comes to this manifestation technique. So let's focus on the theta brainwaves, because understanding the theta brainwaves is the key to understanding why Neville Goddard's sleep technique is actually so effective and why it works. Why is theta so special? Because the theta brainwave state is like a gateway to your subconscious mind and to the infinite mind and to the universal mind. So whenever you access theta brainwaves, you actually have like this direct connection to the divine, direct connection to the universe, direct connection to the different realm, the realm which is so different than this three-dimensional reality that you live in on a daily basis, right? Because there's so much more that your mind can discover and your mind can perceive than this three-dimensional reality, because we truly live in an energetic universe, and this reality is just one of the possible realities that we can access. And when you enter theta, you really have access to so much more, because your conscious mind switches off. Your conscious mind in theta is not present to interfere, to prevent you with the limiting beliefs, with all of that jumbled thoughts that your conscious mind is full of. It's not there to prevent you from relaxing, from accessing the deeper states of potential. So theta really is relaxation. It's about relaxation. It's about higher consciousness. It's about your connection to God, divine, the universe, like however you want to call this power. The most important thing to remember is that the theta allows you to access this power through the power of your subconscious mind. Our brain naturally enters theta twice a day. So we access theta the moment we go to sleep. So how do you recognize theta? This is the state of like a little drowsiness. So you're not fully awake. You're not fully awake, but you're also not sleeping yet. It's just like this very like dreamy, dozy state between the real sleep and being awake. And in this state, which you naturally enter every night before you go to sleep and every morning after you wake up. This is the most powerful state for manifestation. Why? Simply because your conscious mind, full of limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts, negative self-talk, is not there to prevent you from access your higher potential. So this is why it's so powerful, and this is why it works really fast for people, because the conscious mind doesn't interfere. And there's also a possibility to access the theta state during any moment of the day, but you will have to induce the theta state. So how can you do this? By practicing deep meditation, by using or listening to the binaural beats, which will naturally create in your mind, in your body, the access to the theta state. But do you have to do this? Do you have to listen to these things? Do you have to meditate for like 30 minutes in order to access the theta state? No, because your brain, your body accesses the theta state every single day when you go to sleep and every single day when you wake up. So how to actually utilize the potential theta state to manifest? Like, this is basically what Neville Goddard was talking about, right? Of course, like, he didn't know back then the scientific terms. He wasn't talking about brainwaves. He wasn't talking about such things because such things weren't known when he was teaching people. But now when science and quantum physics are actually discovering the power of human mind, like, this scientific discoveries are just like a explanation that backs up the technique and explains why the technique is so important. And why I wanted to explain the science behind the technique first is simply because sometimes when you don't know how something works, you have so many doubts and you're just hoping that it will work, or you're wondering how it would work for you. So I hope that this is the scientific background is taking away your doubts, because you know that this is actually like a thing that is happening in your brain. And it's not like some woo-woo, it's not like some magic, like it's just quantum physics, it's energy, it's your mind is so powerful, you are an energetic being. And when you understand this, you can use the technique and action. So every night before you go to sleep, when you access this drowsy state, when you're kind of sleeping, but you kind of still a little tiny bit conscious, in this state, visualize your desired outcome. Visualize the thing you want to manifest. Visualize you being happy, living your dream life, living your dream reality, enjoying your manifestations, enjoying your dream reality. Just really visualize it and feel into this visualization. Feel like it's already happening. Feel like it's your current reality. Really charge this visualization with emotions. Because what Neville Goddard always said is the feeling is the secret, and this is so true. You have to charge every assumption, every manifestation, every conscious creation, you have to charge it emotionally. Because when you charge it emotionally, you give it power, you give it energy. And that's why it's so important to grasp this part of the technique. So in this state, visualize, feel, and then fall asleep. That's right. Just fall asleep in this beautiful, blissful state. Because when you sleep, your subconscious mind and the infinite mind and the universe are doing all the work to bring you your desire. And when you wake up, you access theta again. So repeat the process. Right after you wake up, you're again in this kind of like a drowsy state. Like you kind of awaken, but you cannot still sleeping. You're still drowsy. So utilize the power of your morning theta state also and repeat the entire process. Visualize the thing you want to manifest. Visualize your desired outcome and connect it with emotions and really feel it, feel it, feel it. And maintain this until you feel more awake and then go about your day. And if you utilize the theta manifestation technique in this way, you will really be able to bring your manifestations into existence, bring your manifestations into fruition, because this technique will really allow you to connect to your higher self, to your subconscious mind, to the infinite mind. So you're not only trying to manifest something by forcing your conscious mind to go aside for a while. No, you're just naturally using this divine connection, this divine gateway that the theta state provides you with to consciously manifest your desired future. So this is the Neville Goddard's technique. In a nutshell, it's not difficult. There's not a lot to explain when it comes to the actual technique because it's so simple to do. What is actually important to remember is the science behind the technique. So you actually understand how the technique works and why the technique works and why the technique will work for you. Because you're working with your subconscious mind. You're working on a non-physical plane. Remember that the manifestation always starts on a non-physical plane. So when you work on a non-physical plane, the thing you're manifesting and charging in energy, you'll eventually appear on a physical plane. Like this is the law of the universe. We live in an energetic universe. And every manifestation you do, every manifestation technique you utilize, at the end of the day, you're just playing with energy. And I always emphasize that because sometimes people just think that the manifestation is like some kind of magic or witchcraft or something like that. No, it's not. It's just energy. It's playing with energy, molding the energy of your own reality, of your own energy field. So it serves you. Instead of bringing you down, it starts to serve you. And when you learn more about all of these different manifestation techniques, in essence, what you really do, you start creating your reality by design rather than by default. You become a conscious creator of your reality. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that now you will a little bit better understand how Neville Goddard's sleep technique actually works, and why it works, and why it will work. Because you have a scientific background behind this manifestation technique. So try this manifestation technique. Try and just see the results that it brings you, because it will certainly bring you the results you want. If it resonated with you in any way whatsoever, please give this a big thumbs up. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for listening.